it was just like everything clicked. That was like the biggest timeline click. Like a puzzle clicking into a place. This is why I took my phone right away, because I needed to remember that feeling. And I started to see lines on the map. I had visions. The map that I created, I started to see more lines. So I will keep mapping. She's literally in my legs now. She's never done that before. This is crazy. Enters in my calves, where there is always the biggest energy flow when I'm sending the signal. You know, the root. Right before I woke up, I had the same kind of feeling, like vacuum just was taking me. And I woke up. The same as I had with that dream in the black void with the wind horse in the end. It is 2:22 a.m. This is insane. It's like she's grounding the charge. I can feel it. It was a time lock. There are insane waves going through my body. Left side, the most cold and heavy waves. I forgot everything immediately. I think it's just something that my mind, it couldn't interpret. And this will all clear because it's a new code settling. And this will all clear in the next few hours or days. This is what I was talking about today, about dreams and sleep, how important that is and what's actually happening. Interdimensional travels. That's what cats do too. My heartbeat, it's faster than usual. I don't even know why am I like this. It's just, I felt the magnitude of that time lock, of this timeline. It's like this is why she never left my side. Not even for a second. I'm not even kidding. I went for a walk, came back, she was still on the bed. It's been 6-7 hours since I came back from that walk. She did not even move from bed. I have goosebumps. She's not random. There is another cat, and she's laying with us sometimes, and she just looks at her, and she knows. I mean, the owner said she never does this. This is why she was outside of my door last night. She's just anchoring all of the codes and information. Let's go. It is 8:40. I've been awake since 8, but I couldn't. She's here all the time. I don't know, I feel like I have to go out, though I don't know where. I think I will go to Chandler Boulevard, where I was yesterday in the evening. She never left the room. This kind of boulevard, this is what I'm talking about. It's gorgeous. Almost no cars. People can walk. You have beautiful view out there. Oh my gosh. So what happened this night? It was a code drop, which means it's a frequency drop from over the veil, from different dimensions. And it's being encoded into your field. And right now I am processing that higher frequency. This is also why cat was the stabilizer. And this is why I couldn't eat anything. I ate maybe at 5 p.m. and now it's 9 a.m. and I ate nothing. And that's also happening because your stomach is digesting the high frequency and energy. Also, while you're fasting, you get very clear signals. And also, because I was fasting, I simply could not eat anything. It was like my stomach was so full and I didn't eat much, but that was preparation for the cold drop. And I don't remember if while it was happening or if it was before. It felt like my stomach was working over hours of digesting something. And it felt like extremely full. And that was also happening during my first transformation, which happened in December. So honestly, days or weeks before starting writing echoes, so when the biggest firewall dropped, I couldn't eat for 10 days. I felt like I had a sick stomach and I would sleep maybe 2 hours, but that was the huge activation happening. And same was here. It felt intense, especially that I couldn't remember, but it's that information is a knowing in your, in your field, in your spine. It's not in your mind. So right now, when I will see something, a street, a place, a person, I will recognize them, because for now there was a protection over it, same as protection to not remember what happened exactly, but I felt the magnitude of it. So that was so interesting. And why now is because my field can finally hold it, because that visibility was never about exposure, but it was about capacity. And this is also what I have been preparing for, the capacity. This is why I was clearing so much, so that that visibility would be fully from truth, that there would be no distortion in it. And basically you get a download, you get a code drop only when your field can hold it. And that means transmuting enough, clearing your field enough. Again, it works like a frequency lock. And when you have those kinds of symptoms, then you just need rest. You need to drink a lot of water, best with Celtic salt. Eat only when your body tells you to, because even when you feel weak but your stomach is still full, just wait for a bit, because
stomach is also for digesting the energy and the codes. So be gentle with it. And you know what I just realized? That equinox is not on 21st. It's on 22nd and 23rd. I have goosebumps. I have been feeling equinox from such a long time. Oh my gosh. I have goosebumps everywhere. There is something important on 21st. An eclipse. It is when the veil is thinning. It's a preparation for the equinox. But something is important in 21st. Anyway, we'll see. It's soon. Less than a week. This is why I'm here. This is why sugar is with me here. And honestly, I feel so... I woke up early, but I feel exhausted. Slow. I feel it settling down. But I also know that I have to move. By the way, we're getting close to the park on California Street that was mapped, where there were lots of crossing. And from that park, it all clicked that we need to go to another park where the same line goes. Where was the library? Where everything clicked. I mean, it clicked after, but... Also, what I saw is that... What I feel is that this is not drop of information, but like reinstallment of soul structure, of dormant codes. It is structural and it is physical, not intellectual. And the thing is that it does not come into chaos. That's what I was talking about. It will not come into distortion, but also not in chaos. And this is why I had to land in this quiet place. And this is also why I couldn't edit previous videos, because I simply needed a proper rest. And that cat, she helped a lot. She amplified a lot, that's for sure. And also the phone glitching constantly. Yeah, that's the frequency flux, which is another signal that the drop was pretty heavy. You know what I just realized? That this is my route to Alfred and to Whole Foods. Girl, couldn't be better. And honestly, it's like 40-minute walk, which is perfect because I need to do my steps. But also, walking those streets, I realized that this area in the middle, it's so perfectly mapped. Insane. I really remember those streets. Also, I'm going to Whole Foods first. I need to ground myself. Tip for this kind of time: nothing cold. The worst thing you can eat is cold yogurt. I tried that. Very bad. Bone broth, eggs, boiled eggs, scrambled eggs with avocado, proteins, warm food. That's the most important. You need something easy to digest. again here. The flags. Oh my gosh, maybe they reactivated it. Well, they're here. Because this is Lima Street and it is right in front of Whole Foods. But before I was taking Avon Street because on the other side there is 222 house. You know what? With that tower behind it looked like a Far Cry 4. And because of Far Cry 4 and Tomb Raider, there were those video games, I played them and I was so obsessed with Nepal after. And that was again remembrance. Today we're walking right next to the gate. It's the only place in the shades. I mean, there's no other way. And you know what I realized? I realized that this is the triangle. Whole Foods, Alfred, and this line next to the studio. Here and then turn into Maple Street. It's again living the energy. Yeah, the routes just unlocked. Also, we're supposed to walk on this side. And Maple Street is right there. Walking under those flags, it really unlocked everything. This is a real triangle. Whole Foods is body and grounding. The studio is transmission. And here Alfred is signal for dying. And it's just that it feels so familiar there. And the building right next to it, the triangle building. So it is on the map indeed. This is why I cannot cook in my place, so that I go to Whole Foods, so that I go here to Alfred, so that I walk this whole triangle every single day. And so I am also walking through those smaller streets that I was activating before. This is why I remember this Maple Street so much. And this is why I was, even the first time when I landed here, I didn't go through Riverside Drive, I just had to go through Olive. And then Maple, even though it was longer. And I live here, it's a shorter route, but I feel like I should go through Maple Street. That's the internal compass. Walking the correct grid. It's insane because it's like a real geometry in here. Alfred, here through Maple Street. Then we do the long line through Olive Avenue and we end up in Whole Foods. And then we go through Lima Street under the Windhorse flags. I mean, this street, it's like oases around everything in here. Studio is right in there. Alfred is right in there. And then we walk the straight line straight to Whole Foods. And we have the triangle. This is why Maple and Screenland, they were echoing so much. Same with Rose Street. Here we go out from the Maple Street, and here is the whole line of the studio, right in there, and only there in the end we cross it to Whole Foods, and So now we're walking this in reverse and something might actually unlock. That's what I felt, the mechanics behind it, because I cannot go the other way. So that's what we gotta do now every single day. I remember it because studios used to be, still are, the transmission node, but they got distorted through all of the contracts, deadlines, budgeting, making a product out of the film. Art is a real transmission. We are actually here to create and not to sit in a box for 8 hours and click on a computer. So what we're doing is we are reactivating the origin of the transmission node. And when you say, well, this is what it is, okay, I refuse that. We're changing that. We're bringing back the real cinema that transmits and that shifts reality and awakens. Look where we are. I think this is our path from now on. And what I've been circling is the water tower, which is like an antenna because water, it holds memory. And it used to broadcast frequency, but it got distorted. So now we're reactivating it, but through alignment, so that the correct frequency can be brought back and transmitted. That's interesting. How do I know those things? I speak through the field. It's already encoded all the information, and what happened tonight, those codes reawakened, it just all clicked. And those flags in here, same with the wind, it carries information. They signal and they can give you answers and direction. The cats just switched. Now RJ is secure in the corner of the bed. It's crazy. Sugar was here before and during transition, and now RJ is after the code landed. And also this part of the room is the middle. You know what's crazy? Is that RJ was here on his place, and then Sugar walks in through the doors and he just looks at her and she walks away. It was like a handover. Sugar was here like 24/7. I wonder what I will create here. I think that something will unlock after I post the videos that I did. She's here again. There is something about this spot. It's like the middle of the room. I am literally editing all of my videos in here. I'm not even kidding. This is my spot for editing. I didn't edit anything at the desk yet. Everything is happening here. There could be a line coming from here, just like when I looked at the map that I did.
there are 3 lines going from my previous apartment, my previous house, and the lines they go through the room that I was sleeping in.